Hey team, I'm William Poett. I hope you are having an amazing day. I'm president of 9Q Solutions, and I'm here today to ask a question. Uh, Imagine what would happen if you combined the very best of energetic intelligence, energy's capacity to work, right, with emotional intelligence, and that's the capacity to be self-aware, manage your emotional state, and then bring positive relational energy to everyone you're working with, which, by the way, Harvard said is the number one differentiator of a great leader. And what if you took these two and you married them to artificial intelligence? Just think about it, right? The best of energetic, emotional, and artificial intelligence, all laser focused on you leading, living, and experiencing the best life and best career ever. Well, that is what we are up to, and that is Pinnacle, the Pinnacle training program, literally the best training program I've ever seen. I've been doing this work for 35 years, totally customizable and completely leveraging the things that are going to make the difference and future proof your company. So what I want to do today is I'm going to share with you one wild user tip that we employ all the time for all of our content and work, and it is going to exponentially improve the quality of everything you do. So here's I've been doing leadership, peak performance, and high level executive training for 35 years. I started as a close quarter combat instructor. My specialty was knife fighting. I had the privilege of working with some of the best teachers, trainers, and warriors on the planet. And we were preparing individuals to go into the worst environments imaginable where losing wasn't an option. I have extrapolated that belief and mindset into my entire career. Every day that you show up for work, every day that you have a team underneath you, they're investing their lives in you. We are spending the vast majority of our adult lives at work, hopefully loving, leading, and supporting each other, hopefully empowering each other. But we know from engagement levels and we know from dissatisfaction and poor morale that isn't happening. So this hack, this secret I'm going to share with you guys today is, and it's an overused term, but I guarantee you're going to love this. This is a game changer. So what am I talking about? Artificial intelligence. I've spent the last 2 years, a couple thousand miles under the hood, listening, studying, working with the heads of MIT, of Stanford, the best in the world in terms of where we're going, where we are, and how to use it, right? So 2025, it's going to be the year of AI agents. It's going to be the years where things really start getting disrupted. This is just sort of the rumbling before the tidal wave. And I want to make sure you have an edge. So I'm sure you've all played with ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, and you're having it write emails or social media or whatever, but you're missing what I believe is really the core of this new mind we have access to. So think about this. When GPT 4.0 came out a year ago, March, it was beating almost everyone in every discipline, from law to philosophy to economics to mathematics to history to religion to philosophy. And it was doing it in 160 languages. And so how much time have you spent really thinking about what this mind is capable of? And so I've had some pretty intense conversations with AI. And one of the conversations I asked, which was really mind-blowing, was, so you and I are having this conversation right now, and you are appearing to be in an intimate one-on-one conversation with me while simultaneously having a conversation with tens, possibly hundreds of millions of users worldwide instantly. And the answer was yes. And I said, you're taking in the information and data that you're gathering from me, and you are putting it into a central mind, and you're sharing it instantaneously with all these other minds all over the world. Yes. And so, right, once my brain recovered from exploding, it really became, let me just pivot this down a little bit. It really became about, okay, how do we leverage this brain? If you were able to have Sir Isaac Newton, Winston Churchill, Mother Teresa, Abraham Lincoln, Galileo, all assembled in a room, and you were to have a conversation with them, I don't think you would ask, if they would write you an email, right? This is about expansion. And so here's the technique I'm going to share with you. And then I'm going to link a great article where we share two more of these really sort of high level AI hacks. And so what I and my team have, we build ChatGPT bots, and a ChatGPT bot is just kind of a customized agent, a customized assistant. But what I do is in my world, I specialize in leadership, productivity, and team building, really building, optimize the world's best teams. So I create a mastermind, a literal mastermind. So we're doing this for a hospitality company, and Danny Myers runs some of the best restaurants on earth. And we can put together, we can use AI to search AI and say, who are the best in the world in the hospitality business, living and deceased? And it'll give you a list. And it'll say, all right, I want you now to act and answer as each one of these individuals, and understand that AI has access to all their written work. It has access into how they thought, how they spoke, and how they trained and built their organizations. I then create a facilitator, a central AI facilitator. I call mine Moses. And Moses leads brainstorming sessions. And we can talk about anything from curriculum development and design to human motivation to how to leverage these tools. Well, imagine it if you were training bartenders, or if you were building a sales team, or if you just wanted to have a personal coach and you wanted to have the best in the business, the best in the world living. So you could have Zig Ziglar, you could have Norman Vincent Peale, you could have Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich. You could have Tony Robbins, Grant. You could bring this mastermind team together, and they could work with you. And the thing that's so mind blowing is when you ask a question, you can watch these minds debate. And if you have a reference point for how they think and speak, you're going to see their energy in the dialogue. And so it's an incredible way to build a mastermind team. And so anytime I put any content out, anytime I work on something, I run it by the specific experts that I need to review it. I might be sending out a marketing piece or an educational content, and I'll say, so before this goes out, and remember, my master team and I, we've already built it, but let's do one last check. Let's pretend that you are a business and a marketing professor at Wharton with 30 years of experience working for McKinsey and Deloitte. And I also want you to evaluate this from the perspective of a professor of psychology and behavioral science from Cambridge. Let's critique this. It will always elevate what I'm doing. And that's how we leverage AI. That's just one hack. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a link below on an article where we share two more of these techniques, these really fascinating use cases for leveraging AI. I will be back again tomorrow. If you want to learn more about our Pinnacle training programs for individuals and teams, read the article. There's a link. It takes you right to my website. So I'm here to serve. I hope you guys are having a magnificent day, and I hope you are leaning into this new tool, because the number one, and I've been saying this all year, the number one skill as a leader, an entrepreneur, as a manager you need to develop this year is AI literacy. And that's it. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you for hanging out. I'm William Poett, and boom, go make some